Do the thing. Do the...
Hi guys, do you mind or no? Oh, it's okay. Thanks.
Alright, are you by chance, your name is
Julianne,
Julianne?
this is Travis.
I was expecting someone with the camera sitting. Alright, so back then you jump on a ship, there's no luxury cruise around, you don't even know if you're going to make it back to your destination of choosing. And it was one of these journeys that didn't notice some stuff happening to the rum. Now in the earlier days, you had to prove you came to Barbados by taking home some rum first. You're going to come back to England with spice because it's wrong island. Gonna come back with boxer and gold because it's wrong island. But we had rum here. So rum was how you proved you made that very treacherous trip. They tried to take the rum back and eat their Jones because that is made of glass. So it means it was not going to be practical, especially not long term practical. You have to be practical long term, so they turned to something that has been around for centuries. They turned to barrels. And they realized that that harsh spirit they left here with, it became something even better. The ships, the rocking, salt air, it made the rum become darker, richer, smoother, and altogether more powerful. This is when how maturation was discovered. What this means, if you buy a 5-year-old bottle of rum today, and you keep it for the next 20 years, you just stay 20 years because the rum is still 5 years old. If you cannot age, it can't get proof in this barrel. Outside this barrel. To keep this barrel with sealed life and alcohol for losses every single year,
We got to have some manners and listen to the lady here.
When these first started, we thought it was a big decision to give your bottle of rum for being last place. We won you on a trophy. We lost about a bottle of rum. So that's what any normal person is going to do. They try to lose on purpose. So they're just out there like, no, you go, buddy, you got this. And it created problems for the sailing until we had to stop doing it. Then we started giving you your captain's body weight in Mount Gay Rum. The bigger the captain, the more rum you got. We haven't done that in just about 3 years now. What we're doing instead is that we're going to give you your cruise weight in Mount Gay Rum. The bigger your crew is, the more rum you all get. These are also some cats you're going to earn through these regattas. So you can't buy these in your shop. You can't source these on the island. You have to be a part of our sailing community to earn yourself one of these red caps. Really? Now from here we're going to see a very short film. It's going to repeat a lot of what I said in this room. Then it's going to start breaking down the distillation process. Then we drink. Did anyone here drive?
No.
You're the driver?
We did it.
Was she there just like...
We're safe to drink some rum today, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you drove when you drove?
We did not drive. She said something about more rum.
Like the bigger the sailing crew, like the more rum you get.
Oh, okay.
You guys ate before you came here too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We eat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We had.
Look at you here. You need to pull it out.
By the way, you
And here's some lemonade. Some Bajan lemonade.
Here's lemonade.
lemonade.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You want
Bear in
to?
mind, this lemonade does have alcohol, even though you can't taste it. Trust me when it says there.
It does?
I can't guess it. Oh my bad.
She said it's lemonade, and she said it contains some rum.
I think so. This has rum in it?
Rum? How is it?
Really good.
I want to try it. I am trying a lemonade with rum. So she had take us somewhere else. We did not plan.
Alright, so everyone follow me. We're going to head to our Gay Rum and see a very short film that's 7 minutes long.
7 minutes long. So we're moving to
Steps everyone to up to down.
the showroom. They have some rum here. Yeah.
You lemonade. There's 6 rows and 4 seats in the back. Just space out.
Okay, thank you. So we're going to watch mini film, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. Now we're seated here. And
Everyone is drinking, yeah?
yes, you taste the rum. We're in the dark.
Begins with a time and a place. For Mount Gay Rum, that time and place is the Caribbean island of Barbados in 1703. It is here that legacy of the world's finest rum was born. A fiery spirit known as Kill Devil was an early distillation of rum exclusive to the island of Barbados. Several plantation owners were distilling the spirit in the 17th century, but their process had yet to be perfected, and the resulting rum was, at its best, hard to swallow. In 1703, the first record of a deed for a distillery on a hilltop in St. Lucie Parish established the oldest producer of rum in the world. The contrarily named owner of this distillery, John Sober, had sought the help of his friend, Sir John Gay, to manage the estate and the rum-making process. Sir John Gay made dramatic improvements to the business of the distillery and to the quality of the rum. In time, the entire operation was renamed Mount Gay Distilleries in his honor, and it is still operated on the same plot of land right here in St. Lucie, Barbados. The island of Barbados is a lush tropical landscape with rich soil, ideal for growing sugarcane. In the 18th century, large-scale refinement of sugar left colonists on the island with a surplus of molasses. At first, considered a burden for disposal, molasses soon became known as black gold when it was discovered that its lucrative fermentation into rum offset the cost of running a refinery. This happy accident forever changed the economy of Barbados. Today, Barbados is a thriving island community with a strong culture and intact natural beauty. In addition to the strength, ingenuity, and warmth of the Barbadian people, a major factor in the island's continued success can be owed to rum.
How cool is that?
Mount Gay Rum is the product of over 310 years of refinement. Today, our facilities combine modern techniques with traditional craft to produce rums that exhibit our signature style. Rums with body and aromatic character. We began with fermentation, a process fundamental to our signature style, because it is where we combine the first and only ingredients in our rum, Caribbean molasses, and coral filtered water. Molasses of the highest quality is pressed from hand-cut sugarcane. It is then combined with an exceptionally pure Barbadian water. The island of Barbados is formed of coral, a porous foundation which acts as a natural filter for the groundwater deep beneath the island. This coral-filtered water is then filtered 3 more times for absolute purity. A proprietary strain of yeast, selected exclusively for Mount Gay Rums, is added to the mix, and in centuries-old tradition, the process of fermentation is conducted in the open air, where the Barbadian climate asserts itself. The next step is distillation. This is where Mount Gay's distinct, bold character is coaxed from the ferment through double copper pot distillation, a unique process which has been in continuous use in Mount Gay distilleries since
I think
1703.
so. It should.
The fermented liquid is heated, and its vapors
If not,
are
I
condensed
can always
through a
delete
series
stuff.
of chambers, concentrating the flavor notes of the rum, resulting in a finer and more aromatically intense distillate. This process is then repeated a second time. Distillates emerge from the double copper pot full of robust, nearly wild character that must be tamed in the aging and blending process through the addition of a distillate from a single column still. This is a still with a tall single column that distills the fermented liquid just once for a lighter, smoother flavor profile. Next, the single and double distillates are aged separately in their own toasted oak whiskey barrels. The process of aging rum was discovered accidentally by merchant sailors who found that rum transported to Europe or the Americas for months in wooden barrels tasted better on arrival than it did in its port of origin. The rum, which started the journey as a clear, sharp liquid, had taken on an amber hue and become significantly smoother. The harsh edges softened. Caramelized notes of molasses, hints of vanilla, and earthy aromas now come to the fore. Today, Mount Gay Rums are matured in toasted white oak barrels, which previously held American whiskey. As each distillate comes to maturity in its own barrel, our master blender Alan Smith determines the character and flavor notes. These matured single and double distillates are blended together to produce the unique flavor profile of each blend of Mount Gay Rum. This combination of exacting process and handmade artistry has allowed Mount Gay to produce a range of consistently exceptional rums for over 3 centuries. Mount Gay Rums are among the highest awarded spirits of any category throughout the world. Our dedication to craft is evident in each of our blends. Eclipse is the reference for character by which every variety of Mount Gay Rum is blended. Eclipse has a brilliant amber color and distinctive floral and fruity notes of apricot and banana with hints of vanilla. Eclipse Silver is clean and aromatic in contrast to Eclipse's rich smokiness. Silver offers a balanced, mellow harmony of sugarcane syrup and banana infused with notes of peppermint and citrus. Black Barrel is a small batch blend made of matured double pot and column distillates which have been finished in deeply charred whiskey barrels, releasing complex notes of spice, toasted wood, and ripe fruit. Extra Old is an opulent blend of significantly older barrels that have rounded their crisper notes into a subtle balance of ripe banana, toasted vanilla, pastry, and warm spice. 1703 Old Cask is a selection of the finest single and double distillates from Mount Gay's oldest and rarest and most noteworthy barrels, perfectly balanced for a subtle, harmonious final blend with a refined harmony of oaky and caramel notes. Barbados is situated at the crossroads of the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean, directly in the path of some of the world's most historic and lucrative trade routes. In earlier centuries, sailors proved their passage to the Caribbean by returning to Europe with a barrel of Barbadian rum, which had been aged to perfection while at sea. Thus began Mount Gay Rum's historic relationship with maritime culture. Today, Mount Gay sponsors over 150 regattas every year and awards its highly coveted red caps to the most outstanding participants. Mount Gay is the oldest and most storied rum in the world. It is legendary Barbadian craftsmanship, seafaring spirit, and a historic icon distilled into a drink of remarkable quality. With a signature full body and rich complex flavors that have earned international tasting awards and critical acclaim, and a faithful consistency to a time-honored process ensures that it will be rediscovered for generations to come. For those seeking a rum that evokes a timeless excellence, there is Mount Gay Rum, and there's a time and a place to which its craft stays true. Mount Gay Rum, established 1703.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's follow me to the bar. Put up our first use.
We are moving to our next location.
Sure.
Hold on, let me get my hot girl market bag. And I drink all the rum. This lemonade was so good.
Oh,
Come, we got to go where last.
Okay.
I think these murals on the wall, that's what you call them, right?
Euros, yeah, they're cool.
Very nice.
They will set on time.
Hold on. So this, I have to put on my map.
Alright, so we're going to start over at the beginning. We're going to start with the raw ingredients. Mount Gay uses the same 3 ingredients the indenture serves would have noticed, and that's water, molasses, and yeast. The water comes from our well at our distillery in St. Lucie. It's a natural well formed because we call where the stone iron is made from. It begins with a small sinkhole. We've made it even deeper as time went by. It is now over 300 feet deep, so it's a 30-story building. At no point in our history have we used water from any other source but that one well to make all of our rums. The second thing we're going to use is the molasses. We use a blend of molasses both local and Caribbean. We do that because we don't have a choice. Barbados no longer grows enough sugarcane to consistently produce enough molasses for us to make rum. The last thing we use is yeast. This yeast is a special strain that was designed for the company, hence the name proprietary yeast. They went to our distillery in the north, took strains of yeast from that atmosphere there and made this for the company. So no one else around the world can ever claim this. Now we gotta create what you call a wash. Water, molasses, and yeast by mixing these 3 things together. But we have to fix these 2 things here first. The molasses gets really dense. It's a very poor working environment for the yeast, so we're gonna have to take water from the well and dilute this. We're gonna do something similar to the yeast by making it up in water from the well, but in a slightly different format. We're going to use a stainless steel vat. It's full of water from the well, lots of bubbles. It looks just like a jacuzzi, and the yeast is just in there chilling out. The DFM nutrients are getting big and strong and healthy. Once we achieve our goals there, we can now add this to the mixture. This is the key to the fermentation process. We add this, the yeast now has one task. You have to eat all the sugars in the molasses and convert it into alcohol and CO2. This process takes us 3 days. At the end of that 3 days, we now have 10% alcohol.
10% alcohol.
So we got 10% already. We gotta make it stronger. Because 10% is not enough rum. We gotta make it a tad bit stronger. Now this one here is called pot still, and it's one of the original ones used by us, which is all the way back to the year 1760. It works almost like think an industrial electric kettle. There's a couple coil on the inside. You're gonna feed that 10% wash in here, it starts to boil. And as the sun comes, it's going to rise up your main arms. It's going to pass through our double retorts. And the retort looks like this. Outside into a cooling tank. The cooling tank takes those vapors and condenses them back into a liquid to be collected. That is the first distillation. We call that common rum. That is not 25% alcohol. So John Gay Ali said, no, we don't want that. We want a stronger spirit with colder nose. So let us do it again. Hence the double distilled method of making rum that we now do today. We're going to take that 25% liquid, put it back in the pot again. Start the process once more. At the end of that second process, we now have 75 to 86% alcohol. Anything coming from here will have natural aromas of coconut, spices, and chocolate. Now this is a batch process, it's very laborious. This takes us 2 days to complete. You got to put the wash in, take the liquid out. Put the liquid back in, take it back out. This one's going to work slightly different. It's called a continuous column still. If you take a look on the inside through those spaces, you will find the exact same thing on every level, and that is a perforated plate. It gives you distillation. What's it for you to look up on the inside? So distillation happens on all the levels. Every time those vapors pass through on those plates, you're going to get less water but higher levels of alcohol. And this is only a small chunk of what it looks like. So you start with 10%, and your still is 97 feet tall. And on top of that 97 feet, you now get 96 to 97% alcohol. Now we're going to take these 2 distillates and we're going to age them separately in these charred American white oak barrels. Those barrels are used before us like whiskey and bourbon. They only use the barrels once, we get to use them 3 times after. And On a very rare occasion, when we use a barrel 4 times. To do that, the mouth of Grynner has to determine is still giving off useful and strong characteristics. Now, 2 very important things are happening in this barrel. 1, you char the wood. Now, we char the wood, you are manipulating the natural flavors of that barrel with natural oils and tannins. The vanilla note you get from barrel, which creates the vanilla flavor profile. But more importantly, the barrel is used. So let's say, for instance, we had Johnny Walker sitting in this barrel.
Johnny
Empty barrel. Take all the Johnny Walker away. The barrel only appears empty to your naked eye, but the Johnny Walker is still there. It's now soaked in the wood. Now these balls are going to breathe. During the day when it's warm, they're going to contract. And then when it's cool again, they're going to expand. All the while, the rum is now flooded into those different layers of bulk. When you take the rum back out, you've taken on not just the characteristics of that natural wood, of that barrel itself. You've also taken on the characteristics of whatever spirit sat there first. Now, bourbon needs just new barrels. So you get all those new barrel characteristics and all those fresh bourbon notes. But whiskey doesn't have to follow that rule. Whiskey can use port or sherry barrels. So you still get all those characteristics going into your rum as well. This allows us to play with our flavor profiles naturally, without having to add a bunch of artificial ingredients. I showed you what we use: water, molasses, and yeast. Now if you look down below here, you're going to see a slight scaling system. Shows you more about the rest of the barrel. No matter where the world rum is being made, no matter where the world distilled spirit is being made, when you're distilling, you're dealing with favorites, which not going to carry over color. So those spirits are always going to begin colorless. In just about 3 days in the barrels, the colors begin to naturally sharpen. The longer it sits, the more aromatic it's going to become, the more palatable it becomes, the smoother the rum and notes will become as well. With that being said, we're going to begin our taste with a Bajan favorite, right? Pure silver.
Ew.
A big. Wait a minute. I said Bajan favorite to ease the blow. You said ew. Now let me just address that real quick, right? I found out Bajans don't drink silver. How many of you guys drink silver?
I've never tried it.
You never tried it?
I don't think I have.
You have?
I don't think I have.
You don't think you have? What about my Bajans? If I tried it.
First
You
time.
tried it?
First timers.
Have you tried it? I just don't drink it.
I don't think I've tried it.
You never tried it either? Oh, we learned today. What about you?
I think the reason people don't like it is because soda brings lots of bad memories.
But I'm going to tell you why it brings up bad memories. Now, Bajans
Really?
drink silver rum. First of all, we drink silver incorrectly. Silver is a very beautiful rum. It gives off influence without giving off strong characteristics. This is perfect behind the bar. When you have a professional mixologist or bartender serving you your drinks, their cocktails are not meant to taste alcohol. I know, especially women. Women, we do this all the time. You go to a bar, you buy a cocktail, like, oh, bartender can't taste the alcohol in my
No,
drink.
that is pretty cool.
I can't taste my alcohol, and no matter what the bartender tells you, you don't care.
I am guilty of that one.
But you're not going to taste
True facts.
alcohol.
Yeah. If I can't taste it, it's not good.
Mojitos, which is mint and lime. You're not supposed to taste the alcohol. They're alcohol or drinks and they're alcohol forward drinks. Alcohol forward drinks are like the old fashioned. Macaronis. These things are alcohol forward. Alcohol is the start of the show. In most cocktails, however, alcohol is only there just to make sure that you know you're having a cocktail. So when you're behind the bar, now you know you're supposed to put 1 to 3 ounces of alcohol in any given cocktail. A professional knows that, right? But we're not drinking ours. We don't care about measuring. This is ours. Look at this. This is not cute.
We don't care about measuring rum. We just pour until we feel contented, right?
Pretty much. Important to say when.
If you're not drinking the amount that I'm drinking, oh, you're a baby. Stop. Give her some milk. She's drinking all the juice and all the chaser. You want to make you feel shitty about
Don't
yourself.
come with me next time.
Girl, we do it. You know we do it. That is just what happens in Barbados. But then when it's time to drink, we're going to take our glass and fill it with ice. But then when it's time to pour the rum in, we're not doing 1 to 3 ounces. We're going to fill it all the way up to just a little here. I need it. Mixer. And I thought just get a little color, a little flavor. But here's the problem with silver. You're still not going to taste the silver. It is still going to be made very quiet. Even though this is the silver here, and that is your fruity, or your orange juice, or your grapefruit, you're only going to taste this portion here. That's where problems occur. because then you start to drink. And in Barbados, we don't drink all. And if we out together, everybody got to buy a bottle.
You can't sit either.
You can't sit. If you got one or two friends and sit and leave on the wallet, they don't have no money. But predominantly, everyone is going to buy a bottle. And all the bottles have to get pretty gone. And you're drinking, that is not even your company. You're supposed to have 3 ounces of alcohol a day. You're way past the women. I think for men it's 4. You're way past the limit there. If you don't drink it past the limit, you start drinking, you drink to get comfortable. 4 shots in, I promise you, you will forget your drinking while when it comes to soda. I promise you, you will forget. I don't miss anything under the sun, any soda, any juice. Perfect in cocktails. 6 shots in, now you're reacting. You want to take karaoke. 8 shots in, you want to dance with the stars because you're nothing right. You forget that you have stayed, you please use the hurt, get back bad, later on, humility, want to do all this funny stuff. You get excited. But silver is a Caribbean mother. Yeah? Silver's gonna watch you. So what was it inside here? I silver. But silver, I figured it too.
Because it was late.
Because silver helps maintain the color of your ingredients. It's really good in certain cocktails because it doesn't make it look murky. Everything remains very vibrant. Now silver's gonna stand up and orange full and watch you. Or you feel the big woman around.
I want to taste the
Oh, you're
silver.
wrong.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's telling you don't drink that last cocktail, don't have that last shot. It is time for you to slow down. Maybe you should stop. Silver does not do it right here. Silver's gonna watch you drink it. And it doesn't creep up on your hips all at once. By the time you know what's happening to your body, it is too late. And then we mix a lot of stupid stuff sometimes. First of all, you never mix the energy drinks, it's actually very bad for you.
Oh.
Second of all, sugar becomes your enemy when you're drinking. Because sugar don't feed on the alcohol, which means to leave the blood flow faster, which means to feed it crack a lot quicker. That's when you have 4 cocktails and you forget your name. Now we're gonna get some respect today because I respect myself and name. We're not going to sip it. We're not going to swirl it. We're not going to anything. You can't with it. Silver is being filled with shots today. This is what we're gonna do. Grab the glasses. Grab the glasses. Welcome to Mount Gay Distilleries, everyone. Welcome to Mount Gay.
We are loading our glasses.
Should we ask the lady to film us?
Yeah.
We don't be mixing it correctly.
We don't mix drinks from here. Exactly, we don't mix drinks from here. We drink what we see. We drink what our friends tell us to drink.
All right, would you mind filming us?
Of
Thank you so
course.
much. All right.
All right, so here we go, everyone.
3, 2,
No, we'll start the mountain count of 3, 2, 3. It doesn't.
Woo, that burns.
Sugar cane juice and banana. You got citrus in your mouth. Carbonated backwards.
What the hell? She just let me drink a whole shot.
No, that
Oof. I've never done that before. That was
was. No, hear me out.
High five.
However, we have heard the concerns of consumers. People do think so. It's very hard to do it by disappears very quickly. Let's give you a short it's very short-lived. So we have changed silver. We don't have it available for trade on tour today, but it was only launched yesterday.
Well, you're changing recipe for it?
Yes, we're no longer calling it pure silver. It is now just called silver. Now that is the only unaged rum Mount Gay makes at present. But a new silver also has an aged distillate. I cannot tell you at present. I don't want to bullshit my way through a tour. I can't tell you at present how much aged distillate are actually in there. Except we only launched it last night, but it's no longer scented unaged rum. The new silver now has lots of butterscotch, peach, and vanilla notes. It's going to be
Make sure you wanna go ahead and subscribe to this channel, turn on the post notification bell, leave a like because when you like the video, YouTube push out the video for other people to watch, and share this video like food.